Margaret Josephs hits back at claim she's feuding with Dorinda Medley following on-air disagreement. Margaret Josephs and Dorinda Medley caused a stir earlier this week when they canceled their live tour, Blonde Ambition, a Real Housewives experience. The big decision came after an on-air disagreement on the Jeff Lewis show between the two Bravo-celebrities. The drama started when Margaret interrupted Dorinda, and the Real Housewives of New York alum fired back. During a commercial break, tensions escalated, with Margaret alleging that Dorinda had yelled at a staff member on one of their recent tour dates. "Just do me a favor. Don't speak for me. Don't speak for me," Dorinda could be heard saying. Now that the remainder of the tour has been scrapped, many fans questioned whether the drama continued to escalate between the two women following their radio show appearance. One thing we've learned about them both on their respective Real Housewives series is that they both like to get the last word in during arguments. Margaret and Dorinda are fiery Bravo-celebrities. As a result, we're surprised they were able to come together and launch a live tour. Amid continued speculation about their friendship, Margaret took to the comments of an Instagram account that said they were no longer friends. "This is a true bickering between friends, show cancelled because of scheduling changes and multiple events the same evening, it's not that deep," she commented alongside a heart emoji. For her part, Dorinda has yet to respond to the rumored beef, and there's a good chance she won't. It seems like the two friends had a genuine disagreement, but have managed to fix things in the aftermath. The recent trend among Real Housewives is to join forces for live shows and podcasts. It's a great way to maximize their earnings from being associated with Bravo, but it doesn't always work. Are Dorinda and Margaret still associated with Bravo? Dorinda is no longer associated with RHONY after the long-running series rebooted its entire cast 2 years ago. The good news is that she's reportedly working on a show set at her home, Bluestone Manor. Margaret is still attached to the Real Housewives of New Jersey, but it's unclear whether she'll be a cast member when filming resumes in 2025. Producers are reportedly close to rebooting the entire cast because the tensions between the current ladies have made the show difficult to film. Margaret has many ties to the current cast, but she didn't have the best season, which could indicate her time is over. What are your thoughts on Margaret's admission about the drama between her and Dorinda? It started innocently enough. A spirited conversation during the BravoCon 2024 panel featuring two beloved Real Housewives icons, Margaret Josephs of the Real Housewives of New Jersey and Dorinda Medley, a fan favorite from the Real Housewives of New York City. While audiences expect witty banter and playful shade during these events, no one could have anticipated the social media firestorm that erupted after Margaret and Dorinda's disagreement over the current state of the Housewives franchises. Clips of the exchange began circulating online within hours, with fans dissecting every word. The moment in question, Margaret's blunt critique of Dorinda's "make it nice" ethos, suggesting that Dorinda's perfectionist tendencies could sometimes veer into controlling behavior. Dorinda, never one to back down, countered with a sharp jab about Margaret's tendency to stir the pot in New Jersey. The tension was palpable, but what some interpreted as lighthearted sparring others took as the beginning of a full-blown feud. By the time Margaret sat down for an exclusive with BravoTV.com, the whispers had grown into roars. Margaret speaks out. Wearing her signature leopard print blazer and bold red lipstick, Margaret leaned back in her chair and sighed. "Let me just set the record straight," she began, her tone equal parts exasperated and amused. "I adore Dorinda. I've always said she's one of the most entertaining housewives of all time. But let's be clear, what happened on that panel was not that serious. People need to calm down." Margaret acknowledged the growing narrative that the two women were at odds but dismissed it as ridiculous. "We're housewives. We're opinionated, passionate women. If we agreed on everything, where's the fun in that?" she said with a laugh. Addressing the specific moment that sparked the controversy, Margaret explained, "I wasn't trying to attack her. I was just saying that sometimes when you're so focused on everything being perfect, you miss the beauty of the mess. And let's be honest, Housewives is about the mess." Dorinda's response. Meanwhile, Dorinda was quick to offer her perspective on her SiriusXM radio show, Dorinda Unfiltered. First of all, I love Margaret, Dorinda began, her voice tinged with mock exasperation. But she's wrong about one thing. Making it nice isn't about perfection. It's about creating a space where people feel loved and taken care of, even if they're throwing wine glasses at each other. She admitted that Margaret's comment had rubbed her the wrong way in the moment but insisted there was no lingering bad blood. Margaret and I are cut from the same cloth. We're both straight shooters. We'll say what we think and move on. That's what grown women do. However, Dorinda couldn't resist a bit of shade, quipping, and if stirring the pot were an Olympic sport, Margaret would have the gold medal by now. Fan reactions. The disagreement ignited a fierce debate among fans. Team Margaret praised her for keeping it real and accused Dorinda of being overly sensitive. Team Dorinda, on the other hand, argued that Margaret's comment was unnecessary and came off as a personal attack. Social media was flooded with memes, GIFs, and hashtags like hashtag #McKitnessysMessy and hashtag #Margaret'sDorinda. One fan tweeted, "Dorinda lives rent-free in Margaret's head, and I'm here for it." Another countered, "Margaret's just saying what we're all thinking. Dorinda needs to chill." Even fellow housewives couldn't resist weighing in. Melissa Gorga chimed in during an Instagram live, joking, "I think Margaret and Dorinda need to have a make it nice dinner and hash this out. I'll bring the mozzarella." Meanwhile, Ramona Singer, true to form, sided with Dorinda, saying, "Margaret can be a little abrasive, don't you think?" Margaret doubles down. Despite the noise, Margaret wasn't backing down. "Listen, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything," she told BravoTV.com. "Dorinda can take it, she's a tough cookie. And honestly, I think she secretly loves the attention. Who wouldn't?" Margaret also took a moment to reflect on why the disagreement had resonated so deeply with fans. "I think it's because people see a little bit of themselves in both of us," she mused. "You've got the Dorindas of the world who want everything to be perfect and the Margarets who are like, let's embrace the chaos. It's a tale as old as time." The apology, kind of. In a surprising twist, Margaret posted a video on her Instagram story addressing the situation directly. Standing in her opulent New Jersey kitchen, she held up a glass of wine and smiled. "To my dear friend Dorinda," she began, raising her glass, "I'm sorry if my comment upset you. You know I love you and your Bluestone Manor more than life itself. Let's make it nice and messy." Dorinda responded in kind, reposting the video with the caption, "Love you, Marge. Let's make a toast next time at the Manor." Where they stand now. By the time the BravoCon after-party rolled around, Margaret and Dorinda were spotted laughing and dancing together, putting any lingering feud rumors to rest. "We're housewives," Dorinda told reporters on the red carpet. "We fight, we make up, and then we do it all over again. That's what makes us fabulous." Margaret echoed the sentiment, adding, "If this is what people are calling a feud, they need to watch more Housewives. Trust me, this is nothing compared to table flips and book throwing." A lesson in housewives dynamics. Ultimately, the Margaret-Dorinda drama serves as a reminder of what makes the Real Housewives franchise so captivating, the blend of humor, heart, and just the right amount of drama. Whether they're throwing shade or toasting to friendship, these women know how to keep fans talking, and that's exactly why we love them. As Margaret put it best, "It's not that deep, darlings. Now, can we move on to something more important, like what I'm wearing to the reunion?"